Hello everybody, we're live. How are you doing this fine evening? I'm doing well, I hope you're doing well as well. And if not, then I hope you get better soon. What a week it has been. In the weekend we had a very nice weekend with friends. It was very awesome. The kids were playing, but it was also very tiring because the kids are playing. But it was fun to experience that. Let's see if everything works. I do think everything works. If not, please let me know. I guess I need to check it myself because nobody is in the chat at this moment. Let's see. Live streams. 3. Hey, little brother, how are you doing? Still a happy birthday to you. I hope you had a great day yesterday. Probably not so amazing because you need to work, right? It's part of it. Let's see. Can we change the streaming latency? It is small, so it should be quite accurate and going at the same time. Let's have a look. You had to work and it was good. That's nice. Did you get a present from work as well? That would be even more nice, of course. I guess not so much. Because who gets a present nowadays, right? Let's see. What have I been up to? Again, this week, nothing much. Just trying out some things. Looking into getting things done, actually. I need to get more into doing fun things, I guess. I got a card from my coworkers, so that's awful. Nice! Congrats. It's always awesome that you get something, at least, right? At least I always think that is nice. Let's see. Last week I released a video. I was forgetting about that. And it was about creating a nice animation. I will have to look for 1 second. Yeah, for sure. Let's go to videos. So let me share my screen for that one. We should do a bingo for that. How many people say, let me share my screen? It was this video. I released it last week. It was about creating God rays effect. And it is my best watched video in like 5 days. So I'm very excited and pleased, actually. It was also a very fun exploration. So I want to do more of these kinds of things. I put it in the Bricks group and they were very, what's it called? Very accurate on what they're saying. It's not that game changing, but it was fun to make. And it was all done without using any animation. So if you like this, without using any JavaScript, so all CSS animations. And it was also a very fun experience. I will put it in the chat because I really love creating animations, of course. It was a very fun experience because I made a mistake. What did I do? I spent literally a few hours to get video going, to get it done, and then I noticed something while looking at my screen where I record. I noticed that something isn't on point. Something is no, in JavaScript, yeah, and something was missing, and something was wrong. And I was looking at it, and I was like, I just did a 40-minute recording. And now I noticed something after the 40 minutes. My talking head is in the left-hand corner most of the times. And this time it was overlapping important settings that was needed for that video. So as you can see here, where I was clearly talking about a section of the video. Let's close this one, by the way. And I set a setting that was around this spot. It was scale Z, if I remember correctly, or something else. Blur, could be something like that. And rotate, it was rotate, and that was a very big mistake. So I ended up throwing away 40 minutes of video that I couldn't use because I forgot to watch beforehand to change my position. Now my face is on the other side, and I see that on a very small video, it is overlapping my subscribe kind of button. So I don't know. Where should I put my face? All right. Because I already see, let me share a screenshot that you can see as well what I am seeing. So if you, there's my face, and face is overlapping my face on a tiny screen. So now you at least know how that looks. But yeah, there was it was a very, very valuable lesson to just check before you record, do a pre-record of some important sections like using settings. But yeah, you live and you learn. And the second time around, I created the video way faster. So that was very nice. Double face, double the action. It could be a movie, right? Double face. It's double the action. Let's also open up. See if my kids are still sleeping. Because my girlfriend isn't at home. So I need to check in once in a while. I can leave that open. That will be fine. So that it was yeah, a lot of extra work, but you live and you learn. And yeah, it was for this video. So it took me about, what's it called, I think 4 hours, 5 hours to create this video, and it's a video for 30 minutes. So now you know how much different it is. How much time it costs to create such a video. It's not that easy actually. And then there's still time missing because I made it first in a different version to see how it could look and what kind of settings I want to have to explore a little bit. And then I could create this tutorial. So there's a lot of time going into a video before it gets released to everybody. So at least you know that it yeah, can be very tricky. But I think it's very fun to do. So, and then also creating animations is a thing that I love. It's just fun. And then editing in post just to try to get the things in. I didn't have that much fun with editing post this time around, but usually I do because it's just fun to play around a little bit. Animating is fun. Yeah, for sure. I also asked if anybody else has made a rookie mistake while recording a video. On LinkedIn, nobody, someone answered, but it wasn't not based on the question. Dave Dan, if you're watching, hi Dave. He's a very good YouTuber for accessibility. He does a lot of things, and I am very interested in learning more of those. So check out his channel. Help him out and watch his videos because he really teaches you how to use accessibility and also reviews some things according to accessibility. So that's always nice. Let's see. And he made a big rookie mistake that he went through a entire recording and then muted his mic. So I love that he shared that he also makes mistakes. Make me feel like I'm not the only stupid person. Dave, by the way, I'm not saying you're a stupid person, but things like this happen. And he also said that in OBS, that's my streaming kind of thing. So that's this tool. This is OBS. Yes, it's this tiny because I don't want to see my face because I get distracted. Let's put it back on the other screen. Is that instead of using OBS like this, you can use source record. Ah, I see that you already know it, little brother. That's good to know. So I'm going to use that for the next video. I hope that I can film it tomorrow. But I don't know what the exact topic will be yet, but it's what it is. What else can I share? I've been part for the team for Edge. Edge is a new page builder up and coming, created by Gavin Geary. If you don't know who Gavin Geary is, he is known for creating Get Framed and automatic CSS, and he's a very opinionated person, but he has the right things, I think. This is Kevin Geary, by the way. And they are now, together with a community, creating... oh, you can't see anything here. They're now creating Edge, which is a new kind of page builder instead of bricks or Elementor whatsoever, and it's more integrated within what's it called? Gutenberg. So at least that is the promise, and we'll be seeing how far they can do it, and it's together with the community, of course. And we have now an MVB phase, and there was a release, and the release we could test out the prototype of a UI, the first proof of concept, to see if the minimal viable product is ready to be shared for the people that have bought in. And it was very nice to play around with. It was a very refreshing experience. Also, he showed how it all works and comes together. And we had a little bit sandbox where we can play. And it was very fun just clicking around, exploring and seeing things. And it's also very awesome to see how the theme of digital gravy, I guess it is, are creating the product process and how the steps are. What are they doing? So they first shared a idea or concept. It's similar to Kickstarter, by the way. They shared an idea or concept, then they developed it, and now we're testing it out. So it's a very nice idea. I also see that in a very agile environment where I'm used to working as a UX designer. So it's nice to see some recognition of how this all works, and yeah, love to see if how it grows further. He also shares some other things, but that was the only thing in Edge. So yeah, that was nice. Let's see. For the last couple of weeks, we've been working on this section, getting the Apple in there, like an Apple menu. I did some changes compared to previous weeks. Let's see. No, I don't want to go to settings. Why would I want to go to settings? I guess it is not available right away. Posts. Here's my my test, by the way, that I did. But we're now working on this one, added with bricks. God raised was the first version that I made and then remade for the video. Let's put on some chill music. There we go. Now we can relax because it's evening. How is the course going, little brother? Is it going well? Sip of nice tea. I love tea. Here we're using grid, and I made some changes like I told you. Let's see. It's so... oh, damn. Why? I changed the layout, by the way, for this section to be less clunky. So instead of using 6 kind of things, we're now using 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 even. But they are all layered a little bit higher with some empty space on the left and right hand side. And I made this div to let's see, so that it has some kind of, instead of having a separate section just for the bar that stretches all the way, I created a before section. And if we remove this like this, you see that it is now gone. So it's more like a design element than it is actually needed. It's boring, and I forgot. And the calculations too. Oh, but postponed it is in 2 weeks. Ooh. If you need help with studying or whatsoever, let me know. So we actually did some changes to it to make it easier. Also removed everything JavaScript related. So this is all done with HTML and CSS because else it was too heavy. Then I read somewhere that you can't change to max content, but now the hover effects are working with max content. So I don't get it, but it's fine. Let's see. Can actually remove those empty divs if I remember correctly. Which looks cool, by the way. Thanks. Let's see if we can change that real quick, because I actually want to remove the empty divs because they're not helping at all. It screws up everything, but it should be fine. Because when we go to content or to the div itself, we had before somewhere else that you can set the grid template and the nth child as well. So let's see. This is the layout. I don't know. What's this? Let's first just duplicate this one. And then we should try to change things up. Let's see. The image should be on that side. Then we have nav. But the nav would only be one fraction. But not all the way on that side. Let's see. Next content. Looks like there's something missing. 1FR. Let's change this again. Let's put it there. 7. So this should be 1FR. This one should be max-content. This one also should be 1 0, by the way, but we put it now for max content so that we can see what actually is happening. And all the other ones should be max content as well. And this one as well, and this one should be 1FR, so this is okay. Then we need, let's see, 0.5 FR. Let's see if we change it like this, that will make our lives a little bit easier with getting all the things in. I think the max content is breaking our thing. Let's see, div. What kind of div is this? Sometimes it adds something and sometimes it doesn't. Let's see. So let's change the grid again. Content. Grid. Grid builder. What is what image? Still empty. Here's the next. So this is an image. This is an image as well. This is a nav. This is the image logo. Line grid. I guess it has some difficulty with I'm starting somewhere. Yes. Let's remove that real quick. And let's do the same for this one. And let's do that also for the image and for the right nav. Bye bye. Now let's change this up again. See if it works. Yeah, there it is. So that one there, right nav, left nav, and image. So we don't need 2 rows, we can use 1 row. We do need 2 rows, by the way. Why do we need 2 rows? It looks like it's ignored. Right, let's not save this. Let's just undo everything and restart. I don't know if I have saved, so that's why I undo everything, but you can also see. And else we can use revisions. So there we go again. We can optimize it later, that's fine. Let's have a look on the front end. This is how it looks. I don't like how this is jumping. And I guess this has to do with all the menu items in there. So I was already trying to look at a different kind of solution, because now it's jumping a little bit to the right. That just looks awful. And the way I envision that you can fix it is by using translate. And as you can see, this is a proof of concept. It does work, but what it also does is overlap the left and right side. Let's add a class of center here. Dot center. And if we make this one like a background color black, color is white, and center one, as you can see, it isn't hidden. We can set the easy index 2. As you can see, all the other sections are not hidden right now, because we're actually moving these sections. Let's see. Background red. And this is what's happening right now. And it moves behind center, but it doesn't get hidden. I don't think overflow will fix this if we set it overflow hidden. But we can try. Because the whole container is moving out, outside and inside. If we put a wrapper on the section, does that help? Perhaps. Div. I don't think it will. Wrapper, something like that. And let's copy this in. And if we say that dot wrapper should be dot wrapper overflow hidden. That does the trick. This is actually exactly what I need. Although it's a bit annoying that you need a extra thingy for it. It's exactly what we want. Haha, nice. Is it though? Could we set the background to blue? There we go. Now it does have this nice animation. But what it also does is that the section is still visible then, I guess. Yeah, very smooth. Smooth criminal. But unfortunately what it doesn't fix is that you still have the left and right side. So that one also needs to move inwards. I was thinking, what are you thinking about? Is by adding after the right and left, we can do something, because actually the images on the outside are just design elements. So this is just the design element, and it doesn't need to be in the DOM specifically, because it doesn't add any value for the HTML itself. So what we could consider is adding something like this. Left. This should be after, I guess. Adder after. Content would be empty. And then the width, I don't know, something like 10 pixels. Height 100%. And we say display block. And then we need a background of blue, pink. It doesn't work. Oh, because we didn't set the class. Dot left after. Does it need double or single? Let's exaggerate a little bit. Alright, let's set this to be some value as well. There we go. Now we have to set this one to display flex direction. This is rows, columns. All right. When the section is hovered over left after, so it doesn't matter for this one. Flex direction column, because it's inside of this one. So should we set it on wrapper? And then remove the hover state. It won't follow, of course. And if we change that to flex, go to right and change the display to right. We don't need you, JavaScript. Yeah, that was what I was afraid of. Conceptual, this is okay, but So this does what we want, sort of. But there are some things missing still. How do we do that? Because after left and right, or before left and before right, there needs to be something that moves along with it. And could we do... Is it possible to do something like that? Let's see. So we add the some kind of... this will represent the image. Right, image. And right image will get background of pink, width of 10 pixels. And when section is hovered, yes, when section is hovered, we'll add, we change something. Do we need to, by the way, add this? Yes, because that's the default state. So could we do something like this? Translate X minus 100%. It doesn't work. Could we do something like that on the other image? What I'm thinking is that we can sort of fake it and then do a calculation in here. So the translate X, let's add, can we do something like this? I don't know if this is supported. After content, display, block, color, background, all pink, width 10 pixels, height 100 pixels. And then right, it does work, that's nice. Display of flags. And then instead of translating to 0, we'll do calc. But we can't do after. We don't know how big this one is. For now we do know. So just to humor ourselves, let's see what happens if we do this. It doesn't work. Because what my theory is that we can move it 100%. But move it ever so slightly to have at least 10 pixels of room still left. Nice. Yeah, this is the solution. And now we can do the exact same thing, but instead of after, we'll do before. And this is the most beautiful solution because we don't know how big the image is. But if we say that it gets a fixed value, so this now looks like a solution that could work. left before on the whole thing. This should be cog minus 10 pixels. And this should be width and height, then 10 pixels. There we go. And now the logo that is saying center right here will stay the same. And the left and right side will move, as you can see. And we didn't use any crazy like grid thing. We only use flex. So that's nice. We solved the issue. Now let's translate this to bricks. So by navigation that we have right now. And we'll add a new one. Not in there. So there we have a div. And we have like a div in there. So a div inside a div inside a div and another div. 1, 2, 3. And inside this div, there's a div. And inside that div, there's a div. It's very different. Sorry for the pun. But it was intended. Aha! And we set display flex to this menu. So we go for dot nav, does it already exist? Apple animation nav. And instead of grid, I'm going to remove that one. We will say that will be flex from left to right. Also want to duplicate this section. So it doesn't get away with the other one. Then inside that div, we want our items. So we will be adding basic text. Perhaps it would be nicer to make this a list item. I got a call in a couple of minutes, so I got a dip. Have a good evening, bro. Have a good evening as well, brother. Have a nice call. I don't know what call it is. Sounds very exciting. It's with an old friend. Oh, nice. It's always good to talk to old friends again. It's been a while, right? Bye-bye. ULLI. So there we put in our menu. Oh, now we need to do all the styling, so I don't feel for that right now. So we're going to keep it a little bit simpler. Let's see. Let's put the section back. There we go. And in here, I want to have nav left. And the text links, let's just copy and paste the text links. Can I select multiple? I can't. That's too bad. There we go, and for in the right navigation as well. And then we need a logo for the center one. So now everything is in there. So that was step 1. Now I need to have this CSS in there as well, because we still can use this. Let's see. What this does is make sure that everything is getting animated in this section. We can remove that one for the other one, because we don't actually need it. And just copy this. Let's see. Why is there already a grid template? I don't want that. So we're going to remove that one. That does look good. We don't need to add this one. And before, I want a thin line for black. And it's for before this section. Then for the left side, this is the wrapper. And the right and left side is like that. And this is the wrapper. So root. We can do this all in the styling itself. So let's do that. And search for overflow. And we set this one to hidden. There we go, hidden. Before that, I want this to have a name and left. A lot of classes are used already. That's why you do this on some kind of staging website, right? Then you can do a little bit of experiment. This is the layout. Let's put it a little bit side by side so we can work a little bit faster. Display flags and automatically set to columns. Actually, we could rename this nav wrapper. Then we can reuse the same one for this one, and nav wrapper. We want both of them to have a black background. There's something weird's going on between those two. This one has some typography changes. Line height. Let's remove those two. It's getting very tiny. Right. Switch this like this. There we have our navigation. Do we need to set line height? Can we remove? Why is there still some difference between those? Those have the same classes, so shouldn't be different. And nav wrapper. That's also. Did I put the nav wrapper on the wrong one? I guess so. And nav wrapper. There we go. Now it's the same. Nice. So what are we going to do next? Section. We're going to add left, right some kind of easing happening. And some animation, so this is left and right. We'll add an nav item. Can we just clear the styling? Is that possible? Copy styles, clear. Doesn't matter, because we can move it like remove it like this. And nav item. Right, let's not overthink this and just add it in. Cause my brain's all already like, this doesn't it look right, it should be different. Let's change the transition to have these. Don't know if all is needed. And let's add it in. And then let's add a transform. Transform, translate. Call this section. Translate Y. This is not the right, but this is the left. So there should be this translation. Translate all cock. Translate X. So there we go. That looks good. That's the same thing for this one. Copy styles, because this is not our one that we should be changing. Should be unique. And nav left. Where can we paste styles? Plain. Here, rename, copy, unlock. Import, clone, copy, remove. Right. Stupid thing. Let's do it again. We set the translate. Transform. And transform X will be this section. So that looks okay. And then we have an nav right. And it should be minus 100%. But that moves the other way. And then we hover the section. And then we remove. So instead of this and nav left and nav right. Let's save. animation is hovered, but it doesn't work. Let's put instead of the section, we put in root. There we go. So now it works. Only the transition is not in there. So let's copy that in. Transition. Be this one as well. There we go, just like we had in the other ones. Left, right, content, flex, center, and this one doesn't have a gap. Let's add it to here as well. Flex. Do we set it to S or M? S. So we need to change that here. Axis should be center. The alignment should be to the end. And this one to the start. And there we go. Now they both move the same and look the same. Now we can remove the background for the wrapper because that's not the one we need. Let's move it. And we need to make this one black. But it also needs an image. But the image should be after. So what we should do, add a root and then in this one before. Content. We could also use a data kind of thing. Let's try it like this first. Background, URL. And now we need to find our image in our media library. Luckily we have it. And we copy it and paste it in here. Let's see. Do something like this. And then we need to add a width and height because the image needs to have a fixed height and width. Height. Let's say 25 pixels. And we set it to display as block. Now, why doesn't it show? Isn't an SVG supported? Let's see if we try to save it. This is sometimes tiring. Before black. Oh, this is the background. Then we have that one. And in there, there should be a before, but there isn't. Did I write it wrong? I don't think so, right? I really love that the animation is working. second and dash nav. Why doesn't it work? Right, let's do it in here. Dot n nav left b4 content this does seem to work. Hello, pasting. Do we need to put codes on here? I see what I did wrong. Just one simple thing and it doesn't work anymore, right? There we go. No, repeat. But how big is the image actually? I don't think it's 200. Something like this, make a little bit wider. .70 pixels. So now we need to make sure that the calculation is correct. That will have minus 70 pixels. That should be fine. But the background is black. Alright, how are we going to fix that one? So this does look how we want to end up with it. Let's make this black. Should we make every item black? No, that doesn't look good. Let's add the image for the other side as well, so that we have everything in place. So we can just copy this, paste this in there, get the other naming in. There we go. And now the div needs to make sure that it doesn't go beyond 70 pixels. And instead of before, it needs to be after. And instead of minus, it needs to be plus. There we go. Well, we have it. Woohoo! Now only we need to figure out how we can set the items itself to have a black background, and the only solution that I can think of right now is adding another div. That's something I actually dislike. And we can change that into a list later, so maybe it doesn't matter that much. But now that we at least get our proof of concept a little bit working, and let's change the background of this one to black. Let's copy that in there. Now that looks better. The only difficulty is that there's a gap. I don't know where the gap is coming from. Probably from what we said earlier, right? There's our gap. Let's reset it to 0. And for this one as well. Let's see. Nav. Wow, this is a real deception. Items. And let's tell that one to have a background. And then call this one and nav items. Well, there we have it. That looks good-ish. We're getting there. Now this one needs to be aligned to start. And this one also to start. Not that one, but that one. So at least that portion is nicely aligned. And now we need to fix the height. Let's see, how can we fix the height? We need to just add it manually or change like here. I see that there are 2 people watching. So hi people, how are you doing? People across the internet. We can change the typography, I guess, to 1em. Point 5. Doesn't make that much of a difference. I also noticed something strange going on in the bricks builder itself. Doesn't happen here, so that's nice. Let's change the content to be flex so that we can at least add some gaps. That's better. And then we can also add a style layout. We have a height of 100%. But does actually mean that this one also needs to have a height. So that it does looks better. And then we need to add it to the other section as well. So there we go. That looks better. Now we need to figure something out. Awesome. I'm very pleased, by the way. Something is happening, the before is not showing. That because nav has some kind of overflow hidden. This one doesn't affect at all. Black absolute 100% pixels. Ah, it does have some kind of overflow hidden. That looks like it is also no, only the image height needs to be changed. Let's see. Height needs to be. What was the image size again? Let's see. What is one? Set our height to 30 pixels. So then we need to change the image height as well to be 30 pixels. Do we actually need the extra div? With so many div, can we at least try to remove one? Looks like it could work. Nice. And we don't need all of this anymore. We did need it before. Can we set this to 100%? And does get the height 100%, so maybe set to 30 pixels. And then we add a padding of 1 rem. Hey Dave, how are you doing? 1 rem. I fixed a lot of things with just using CSS. I'm very pleased actually. Nice of you to join, by the way, Dave. How are you doing this evening? Look, we're getting there. Awesome. You're doing great. That's nice to hear. At the start of the stream, I shared the fuck up that I did. And you shared yours as well. And I shared that one as well. I loved Love to have those experiences in. Yeah. Yeah, this is just amazing. But I didn't know you could do something like this, so that's really awesome. Let's see. Let's set this section to hover. Not that one, but this one. Because I was experimenting with getting this animation in. It was very tough, actually. But now we are there. So 30. That's really cool, thanks. I didn't know if I could get it to work, but now suddenly it worked, so that's always nice. Now we need to have some way to make the height of the... I guess it's the div itself, right? In content. I'm more of CS 1.6. Nice, Rutger. Thank you for joining. Yes. CS 1.6 is awesome. I just think that CS 1.6 has just, yeah, like one S too little, so it would be nicer if they could just add extra S to the name instead of just one S. I mean, why do they need one S? One extra S is always nice. In content. Should we just make this hard? And don't like do this? But let's go with the flow. Nice. Counter-Strike source. So there you have it. We do have CSS. Let's see. Yeah. Girlfriend just walked in. Let's see. I think I still need to wrap this one. I really don't like the deception that we have created here, but sometimes it is what it is. It gives her much more flexibility. So that's why we need to do it. And then for div, it should be 100%. Let's save that one. And let's add a padding to left and right. So that we have a little bit of spacing, but then it gets a little bit too wide for my taste. You have returned! What would have known? Yeah, I just, a while back, I talked to Ben again, and he was talking about Bob, that he has some kind of things. I improved my search plugin firmware, but thank you for your feedback. Shortcode is no longer needed. Nice. I did a settings page where you can define where you want to show the search bar. Awesome. Thanks, Tony. I will have a look next week because we're finally getting to the end of this animation. And then next week we have plenty of time to experiment a little bit with the plugin you've created. I'm very curious, by the way. How can we do this differently? I think I want to have this in a negative margin as well, that it overlaps just ever so slightly with the image. Something like this, so that the The thing itself could be tinier. Yeah, that does look good. Pixel. Looks nice. Thanks, Tony. It was 3 live streams to get it at this state. So I'm very happy that we're finally getting there. No, this one needs to have left, right, and this one is for the, darn it. Now it looks a little bit better. See, we can change that one. Wrapper. How was it with your what you call a little brother? I'm very curious. Was nice to speak a person again. Don't worry, little brother. There's more. Let's see. Was a good talk. Nice. I guess we need to add this to the items itself. So instead of the higher ones, this one to the right 20 pixels. This doesn't have the background. This one has. We can add 20 pixels to the right. That does look better. Nav items. That's the downside of using the same classes for those. And nav items. You can just rename this one, right? Rename the class to right. And then the padding should be on the left. Styles, can we name, reset, lane, export, and nav items left. So we need to get all the styling again. The height is 100% and left should be black. Height 100%. Content should be flex. And now we can add the padding on the side that we want to. Layout on the right side. Something like that. And that does looks good. Now still something weird happens. We need to have some kind of background or something in there still. And then I get demonetized. But it doesn't matter that much, luckily, because I am not getting rich anytime soon from YouTube. So I should put up some kind of music. Let's see. 20 pixels. It does have some background. 7. Why do we see some clipping happening then? Yeah, I will definitely do that. You're also growing at a healthy rate, thanks. Earning millions and who knows? I'm just having fun doing this, so I like that I finally find some people, not always during the live stream, but have some people that are interested in the same things that I do. And it's creating web things. And Dave, I really love your accessibility kind of review. Would love to see how I can improve this section for accessibility. Because if you're looking at the structure, I think there's some things lacking in there. Maybe that's something we could discuss. Dev. Right, 100%. Now that does looks good. But it also got wider if I saw it correctly, right? Yeah. We can change that luckily real quick. Let's just see what happens. It looks like very uneven. Let's save, refresh, hot up. We can research it together later. Nice. Most of what I say is based on something I saw somewhere else. Well, that's always the case, right? Everything is a remix. It's not for nothing that is very well-known thing, I guess. This is a shame. Should we do a rounded edge border? Let's see. But only on the bottom side. Image, background, border radius, bottom, like 50 view width. That does look better, but also not. I guess we need to change the wrapper as well. Damn it. There goes being lazy. Let's see, left. This one needs to be... Luckily there's not much. So we can change them really easy. And nav wrapper right. And then put this on the other side. Minus 15 pixels. And then add an overflow of hidden. Nice that you see it behind the scenes kind of thing, right? Visibility, overflow, hidden. So there we go. Now I think this wrapper could be slightly more. So the 90, 20, 21. How small can we get before it really looks awkward? I don't want a template. I had a narration plugin for WordPress for a site. Took it out because it is a standard computer feature, so I found it really redundant. Nice. But for accessibility, people do know how they should use it, right? Let's see, read aloud.
Home, home, home. Skip to toolbar. TR playground.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense, Dave. If the narration part is left out, or would you suggest to leave an external plugin or something doing the job? NVIDIA on Windows and talk back on Android. It's read webcam. What? Nice. NVIDIA. What's going on? Now it does look very weird. That looks about center, right? 23 pixels. Way better in a unified solution, yeah. And quite possibly people with a screen reader will use it as well, right? If they can't see what's on there on the website, then you need something like that already built into your computer. And having an external tool doing that as well just convolutes what you're doing, I guess. It's redundant, extra, doesn't need to be done. Possibility. We need to set the what's it called? The display position. From static to relative. There we go. Look at our notch. Not yet top notch. Beat you there, Rutger. And 20 pixels. Oh, sorry, 21 pixels. Need to change that as well. Where it is. Whoop, there it is. 21 pixels. This is what I hate, using a builder and then when you view the page it looks very different. This already looks better. It's almost done with this part. Let's see. This one is a white of 30. Can we remove the width actually? Maybe some padding around the logo. Means too close. Yeah. I agree. Pat yourself on the back. Classic. What do you call cheese that's not yours? Nacho cheese. Plugin, yeah. Or usually unnecessary. I don't need a plugin to zoom in into my screen. Yeah, can just press Ctrl zoom in. If it works actually. Let's see. Hey, wait, we need to do that on here as well. Why doesn't it work? Okay, there are always other ways. Ooh, now we can see that it isn't nicely centered. And the figure of the logo is also a little bit weird. So let's fix that with a flex and align to the center. So now it's centered and now it does look off again. Awful. Let's copy this one, paste that one there. Now we can increase it ever so slightly. I said slightly. And then when we're hovering, maybe we can add a little bit more padding to here, to this one. And add a little bit more padding to this one as well. Geez, humor. I'll see myself out. Go. You guys, nice. I don't think that everybody gets it, but it is very nice puns. It's actually punny. No? No one? Well, at least I tried. Let's put in some F tier paddings. So that we can pat ourselves on the back. That we are doing a great job. A very flexible, top-notch stream, right? Do we need to add a Z index? 2. Ha! Sometimes I'm just so smart that I don't understand how. How can I be this smart? So I'm actually funny. People strangely are surprised. Yeah. You're not always that funny. Look at that. Only the alignment of the of those sections doesn't look good. I guess I get a dislike for that remark. Yeah. I am very daring. Let's see. Layout. For I'm a hoot. Whatever, but not visible for everybody, because I'm just going to edit it out after this live stream. Haha, got you there. Well, that's better. But now we need to change the location of this one. Yeah, it's already on the internet, but screenshot it. Alright, Pixar didn't happen, right? Let's see. What can we do to move that one up? It needs to have -5 pixels. Margin top. -5 pixels. And then the height needs to be 100% plus 5 pixels. 4.5. This is weird. But then it gets aligned at least. Let's see. What are we going to do? That was on the items. -5 pixel. And then we need to increase our height. Bulk. Plus 5 pixels. There we go. And on the other side, we need to do the same thing. Bulk. 5 pixels. And this one needs to be -5 pixels. Now it's nicely centered. We're getting there. It's the start of the accessibility day. If you all are attending some sessions, yeah, it's a lot. There are a lot of sessions, and to be fair, I'm not able to join them all, but I will definitely rewatch them. Let's see, could you paste in a link? Someone really needs to learn next how to copy and paste works. Please enlighten me. I didn't know how that works. You just select some, just retype, right? That's how you copy and paste things. So I'm very happy actually with how far we got this live stream. And next time we need to do the next part of the animation. Let's see if we can get the live stream link from this one. YouTube /Aesthetics Reviews. Yeah. Thanks, brother. That looks sick. My hair is a little bit weird. Damn. So next week we'll be doing the last part. He has a little bit of spacing there. But it's animating in the words, the navigation. So that will be the next step. I do like that this is tinier. Next time you'll build the rest of the iPhone. Yeah. I actually am in China. You don't see it right now, but I'm actually in China, and then I can rebuild everything. Margin top -5 pixels. So that is also nicely aligned with the rest. Let's see. Ooh, it doesn't look good actually at all. Doesn't need to be half. Yeah. It's a bad country. There we go, that looks sick. So next week we're going to build the animation for the texts in there. So that they're all popping up. And they're coming in and they're a little bit bigger, and they're fading out to be a little bit smaller. So that's what we will be doing next week. I do think this looks very even cooler than the other animation. Only how the animation works is now ease, but I love the jump it has. Just ever so slightly. Like boom. But yeah, that will be for next week. Next week we will be animating in the letters and have the elastic kind of thing happening. Yes, Rutger. See you guys next week. Same bad channel, same bad time. Keep designing. And thank you for joining. Bye bye. Now again, have to awkwardly press the end live stream and broadcast. So have a good evening.